in the NFC West, it's the San Francisco 49ers and the Seattle Seahawks. Mike Tirico alongside Greg Olsen and Jason Myers has us set to get started. And we are underway in the Pacific Northwest. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The 49ers offense set to get to work for the first time. Led out by the last pick of the draft in 2022. Iowa State's Brock Purdy at quarterback.
We had a chance to see him out on the field early in pregame, and I thought he looked really sharp. I thought he looked focused. We had a chance to talk to him earlier in the week, and
right away they're coming after him, and they get him. A sack on the opening snap of the game. Darren Reed getting in there to drop him. It'll be a loss of 7 to start this drive.
We can feel this crowd all the way up here in the press box, Mike. I mean, one play in, one sack later, and this crowd is rocking.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Out of the gun, it's Purdy. He'll locate his tight end, George Kittle. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Purdy. And that is incomplete.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game? They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on 3rd down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and we're going to have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
To return, it's Shaheed. That could have broken for a bigger return, but as it is, nice job getting his offense a start out past the 30-yard line. Here comes the Seattle offense to take over for the first time. They're led out by the number 3 overall pick back in the 2018 draft. Out of USC, it's Sam Darnold.
I think when you break down this game, Mike, I think it's really quite simple. I think it really comes down to the age-old, hey, be balanced on offense. Can their passing attack and rushing attack complement each other? Because what that does is it makes the defense defend the entire field. And then the #1 goal of every team, every week in the NFL, no self-inflicted negatives. That's tackles for loss, sacks, and then, of course, the most important one, don't turn the ball over.
And he's going to take this past the 45. That's good enough for a first down.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Well, here's where you really see the value of having a good run. 3rd and short, 4th and short. The ability to just keep it simple, win up front, turn around, hand the ball to your back, and to say, okay, more likely than not, we're going to get a fresh set of downs, maintain possession, and now continue to find opportunities to go generate points.
This time they're ready for it. Room to run the last snap, not this one. They stop him for no gain.
The big guys in the middle of the defense, Mike, the defensive tackles. So often they're asked to do the dirty work. Keep the blockers off the linebackers. Let them run around and make all the plays. But in this case, this guy's able to shed his blocker, make the stop, and keep it to no gain.
And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. 17 yards on that play. It's good for a Seahawks first down.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So the rule of thumb, so often when you call these play-action passes, Mike, is that the guy you fake it to, he tends to be wide open more often than not, and it's exactly the case here. Dump it off to the back in the flat, and he does the rest.
Now a run on first down. He looks forward for maybe a yard. Osa Odigizua there on the tackle.
A gain of a yard. Brings them 2nd and 9. At the Niners' 35-yard line.
From the 35, here's 2nd and 9. They'll stick with him again. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. A gain there of 16 yards. First down, Seattle.
The trend around the league, Mike, is that we've seen that running back has really turned into a young man's game. And there's something to be said for having some fresh legs, fresh out of college. They love the dynamic ability this guy brings to their rushing attack, and it's clear why.
He's got his man, middle of the end zone. Elijah Arroyo. Touchdown, Seattle.
And that was just a great drive, really from start to finish, Mike. You could see the play caller just really finding his rhythm, mix and run, mix and pass. Results in the touchdown pass. Really everything they did, the entire possession worked to perfection. You can sustain the drives like that and come away with touchdowns. Man, that goes a long way towards establishing your identity for the rest of this game.
Jason Myers on to attempt the extra point. It's up and through. And the Seahawks will take a 7-0 lead. After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. From the 6, here comes a return. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Niners offense ready to get going with their 2nd possession. They were forced to punt the first time through. It led to a touchdown, so down 7-0 as they get the ball back for 1st and 10. They'll roll out here with Purdy. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up 2nd down.
And that's exactly what every defense is trying to do in the passing game. They want to muddy up these windows, Mike. Make every throw as contested as possible. No separation, contact right at the catch point, and does a great job forcing the incomplete pass.
Off-balance throw. It's complete.
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
3rd down and 9. Throwing from the gun is Purdy. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sit and duck for this pass rush.
Here's Corliss Waitman now. And he's on to punt for the 2nd time in this opening quarter. Going to be brought down. And with that tackle, we hit the end of the 1st quarter of play. 1 quarter in the books. 7-0 is our score. Greg and I back in the Great Northwest in a moment. Seahawks football beginning this 2nd quarter. It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. As we are ready to get back underway. They'll begin here on the ground. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6. At
Second down and 6 now from the 26. Off the play fake. Here's Darnold. It'll be Smith and Jigba bringing it in. And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45. They get 20 on the connection. It's good for a Seahawks first down.
They do a really nice job of taking everything away initially, but you have to keep the quarterback in the pocket, especially if you're playing man coverage. You simply can't ask your coverage unit to match up and cover that long.
To throw on first down is Darnold. Oh, he couldn't set his feet, but he completes it anyway. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. Able to get loose after the catch for more yardage. That'll be a pickup of 21.
And this is so much of the skill sets that we're seeing around the league at the running back position. You don't want to have to sub your running back off the field, Mike, when you build what they call these empty or 5-wide sets. Can you keep your running back and run true receiver routes and be a threat? Because when you can, there's a lot of big plays to be made.
In motion is Barner. Now a give up the middle. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. Give him 12 on that one. They are on the march. Another first down.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
Brings up second and 8 at the 20-yard line.
From the 20, here's second and 8. In motion is Barner. They'll turn and hand this one off. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
He sniffed that one out from the jump. I mean, once he diagnosed and knew where the ball was going, he got there in a hurry, and he put an end to that play really before it ever got started.
Third and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down. Nick Bosa, the former All-Pro, in there for the sack.
This is a great reminder of why it's so important to have great offensive tackles. When you get beat so fast off the edge, the quarterback has nowhere to go in the pocket to escape, and that's what happens.
Two minutes remaining. First half in a 7-0 game. We're back to Seattle after this. On fourth down, the veteran Jason Myers for the Seattle field goal. This one from 52 yards away. Myers' kick is good. And the Seahawks tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
So the lead is now 10-0 as this kicks away. This will be returned from the 6. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. Here's the San Francisco offense, ready to take possession of the ball once more. They've had it twice, and they've punted twice, still seeking that first down of the game as they begin this third drive. From the shotgun, it's Purdy. A short one there, caught by Kittle. And they'll get about half what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up second and 5.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and There was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
Right back to Kittle. That's another one. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield. The Niners will use the first of their timeouts, and they'll have a chance to talk things over after picking up that first down.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Shotgun snap to Purdy. He'll step up and run this. And Purdy going to smartly hit the deck here as he's able to pick up the first down in the process.
4 yards. That's another 49er first down.
Mike, this is great awareness by the quarterback manipulating the pocket. He feels the pressure coming on around him, but so often the soft spot is moving up in the pocket. That's exactly what he does. Takes off down the middle of the field, picks up good yardage, and a first down.
Throw left side, taken in by Kirk. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
7 more yards.
Timeout 49ers. That is their second. As the clock stops with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Well, a chance to get right back in it here. First down and goal. Out of the gun, here's Purdy. The pressure, too much, and he goes down.
What a first half for this pass rush, huh, Mike? I mean, they have just completely dominated this game. They are in complete control, and you have to imagine this offensive line, there's got to be some adjustments up front. They just cannot allow their quarterback to continue to be hit like this.
All the way back at the 14 now. Second down and goal. To throw, Purdy. He's got it at the 3. And he'll take it on in. Christian McCaffrey. Touchdown, 49ers.
Touchdown, 49ers.
This has to be a defensive breakdown, Mike. I promise you, all week in practice, when the scout team ran this play, somebody on defense accounted for the running back out of the backfield. I can promise you that much, but he's able to leak out and get the ball in space. He does the rest after the catch. They just have to do a better job. They got to get to the sideline and make corrections because you just can't leave guys at this level wide open for easy touchdowns.
On now, Eddie Pinheiro for the extra point. Well, the snap, a quarter one, and it's blocked.
Mike, it's usually not a good thing when we start talking about the long snapper, but it was his error that leads to this blocked kick. So if this operation doesn't get cleaner, this is something we're going to have to keep an eye on the rest of the game.
From his own end zone, Rashid Shaheed. He'll get this up past the 20, and that's where they'll set up shop. This drive starts at the 21. It's first and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll be brought down after a short pickup to the 24. Alfred Collins there to bring him down.
Brings up second and 7 at the 24-yard line.
So we've hit half here out west, and we'll send it back east to Scott Hansen, who has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. Scott Hansen, good to be with you from the Orlando EA Sports Studios with an abridged halftime report. This one shaping up to be a tight one, as evidenced by the scoreboard. Both these teams playing it close to the vest in the first half. What will happen in the second half? Let's find out as we send it back to the stadium and our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thank you. Both teams trying to find the right formula and come out on top in this tight one as we hit the second half. From the 6, here comes a return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Seahawks offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Here's Darnold. And that ball incomplete over the middle.
And you can see the quarterback, he's looking up at the Jumbotron after that throw, Mike. He knows he just got away with one, and he's thinking, all right, what do I got to do to make an adjustment that it's not so close the next time?
2nd and 10. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. He keeps it himself, and he will slide at the end, give him about 5, and now it's 3rd down.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
Third and short yardage, and here's Darnold. He'll try and get there on the ground. What a good choice to get out and run. That's a pickup of 18 and a 1st down.
It's a gain of 18. That's good for the Seahawks. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
These are the plays that are just crushing for a defense. Here you are, you think you're about to make a big stop, force 4th down, and get the football back. But instead, you let the quarterback get loose. He picks up the 1st down with his legs, and now you got to defend a fresh set of downs.
A lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
So while they fail to connect on this one, I don't really blame him for continuing to give his guy a shot in tight coverage. When you have someone as special as he is, you can't only throw him the ball when he's open. It's just not going to be enough opportunities. There's not going to be enough volume. So every now and then, there is a calculated risk where even if it's not the ideal window or situation, you've got to give a guy like him as many chances at the ball as you can. It's not often that you see a running back be the one that the defense decides to double team in the passing game, but to me, this feels like the defense was tipped off. They knew what was coming. They knew where the quarterback was going with the ball, and they were able to put a stop to this one really before it got going.
On 3rd and 2, it's Darnold. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. And he's going to pick up the 1st down. He knew where that marker was and made sure he got beyond it.
And this is what modern-day running back looks like in the NFL. They want to be able to activate these players in the passing game, no different than they do with the tight ends and the wide receivers. When you look out there and you have a mismatch, you have a linebacker or a safety on your running back, he's expected to win, and that's exactly what he did here.
And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15. 25 yards, the pickup there. 1st down, Seattle.
So I don't think his fullback was his primary option on that play, but a really nice job by the quarterback, working quickly through his progression, getting the ball down to his big fullback, and he's able to pick up a nice gain.
Here's Darnold again. He takes off. He'll take this one up close to the 1st down marker. Spotted where the slide begins. That's a pickup of about 9.
Take a look at his eyes. You can see the quarterback clearly going through all of his progressions, and he's quick to realize there's nowhere to go with this ball. He makes the right decision and gets out of there, picks up some good yardage, and gets down on the ground.
A handoff as they try to run it here. And he will dive into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finish it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
Now the point after try from Myers. The kick is good. And the Seahawks are able to extend the lead. It's now 17-6.
49ers 6.
After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. This will be returned from the 6. Crazy. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The Niners offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. Play fake to McCaffrey. Now, Purdy. This is caught along the sideline. Nicely done, but right at the line of scrimmage, no gain to show for.
That was a nice looking grab. Really nice footwork there on the sideline to stay in bounds, but after all that, it's still not going to result in very much.
Try again. It's 2nd and 10. Here's Christian McCaffrey to get things started. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield. They gained 18 yards on that one. 1st down, 49ers.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Finding yourself down here, multiple scores in the second half. The defense is going to give you some friendly run looks, so don't be afraid to mix it in there. But if you're going to find yourself coming back from this deficit, you're going to have to do it primarily through the air with just a little bit of mix of the run.
And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
14 more yards.
Good run after a good run. This one for 14 yards and another 1st down.
Gain of 14.
Starting to see it back right now, Mike, that's finding his way with this defense. Back-to-back big gains. Have to see, do they just continue to ride the hot hand, or do they start putting the ball in the air?
And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. That's 13 more on that play, and quickly another 1st down.
Well, here he is just taking over this drive from the running back spot. Frankly, Mike, any time the secondary and defensive backs are making a lot of tackles downfield, you know the offensive line's doing their job up front, and we can see the results.
And he maneuvers his way forward, a gain of 6.
Brought down by Ernest Jones. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 17-yard line.
So, 3 quarters have come and gone. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. On to the 4th quarter we go, and it begins with a McCaffrey run. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the 1st down marker, and they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
Purdy now on 3rd and 2. And that is incomplete.
Well, here we find the best laid plans sometimes do go astray. Every offense, Mike, what do they tell us? We want to stay ahead of the chains. We want to stay on schedule. This was a 3rd and very reasonable. Incomplete on that 3rd down try. Now brings up 4th and short.
A 34-yard attempt.
And this one, right down the middle. It's good. And they are indeed back within one score.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
From the 6, here comes a return. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The Seahawks offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. The advantage is 8. We'll see if they can make this a 2-score game on this drive. First down and 10. Throwing, Darnold. That's complete on the tight end screen. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 4. Handoff here, up the middle, and the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up 3rd down.
And with that run, Mike, even though it brings up 3rd down, it still keeps this offense in what they call a 50-50 downs. It means with the down and distance provided, you can call a run or a pass, and both are equal threats. And that's what makes it so hard for these defenses to defend those situations.
They'll go play action with Darnold. Taking off, he'll try to get there. A gain there of 20. It's good for a Seahawks first down.
Here you are at the end of the game. You need a stop. You find yourself trailing. You have everybody covered, and the quarterback gets loose. Those are the plays that just kill a defensive coordinator. You're about to force a punt, about to get the ball back to your offense. Give credit to the quarterback. He made a play when they needed it.
Gets to the edge at the 30, and it will finally be brought down at the Niners' 21-yard line. The Niners will use the first of their timeouts. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the first down. Here's a jet sweep with Cup. Oh, and he takes a really good lick in the backfield. They were all over him defensively for that run.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the Niners' 24-yard line.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down. The Niners will use their 3rd and final timeout and talk things over before 3rd down. Darnold to throw. He'll try to run for it. And he's got the first down. He'll slide to a stop and take it to 1st and goal. 10 yards on the scramble there. And he picks up the first down.
This is the point in the game, Mike. We're on 3rd down. You have to get off the field, and they do a great job. They defend everything in the pass routes. Nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball, but they don't keep him in the pocket. They let him escape. Picks up the first down with his legs. They're going to be able to run more time off the clock.
Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. Now from From the 7, it's 2nd and goal. Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Seattle. That's his 2nd touchdown tonight.
And that's exactly how you stress all week finishing a game. Get the ball and leave no doubt. But that late touchdown, Mike, that should all but just seal this victory away.
Myers now to add the PAT. He gets it to go, and the Seahawks will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. This returnable from the 4. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The 49ers offense ready to get back to work. They'll start out 1st down and 10. They'll drop to throw. Short throw there, pulled in by Evans.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
Purdy now on 2nd down. He'll find his tight end, Kittle, on the right side. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line. Purdy to Kittle for the Niners' 1st down.
This is a really nice job of just finding a hole in coverage, Mike. And I used to say, hey, when you're open, stay open. That's the art of route running versus zone coverage. And it's a friendly target for the quarterback in space, and they're able to convert.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
The threat of making a poor decision and throwing a pick is always in the back of your mind, and while you can't play scared, you do have to play smart. If you can't find an open target, throw the ball away, live for the next down.
Again in the air for Purdy. So the 12th man, a factor here, as it's a win for the Seahawks. They proved much the best in this one. Get a solid performance in all 3 phases of the game and ride back to victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Seahawks. As we say, so long from Seattle.